Hey, this is Kevin from the Lincolnwood Library, and today we are going to be talking about zines, especially because this is Comics Fest. Zines are a really important and awesome way for anyone to get involved in creating their own type of artwork. Now, you might be wondering what exactly a zine is, and that is a good question because it's kind of hard to define. And it's kind of a long answer, but I'm going to give a very brief answer here. Basically, a zine is a small, independently created print work or print piece of artwork that you typically make yourself and create in limited quantities. Now, that was a very broad and general answer, but basically, a zine is something that you create based on an idea that you're passionate about, that you want to create in an independent way that's maybe outside of traditional publishing, but still something that's really important to you. And there's a long and really important history with zines, which I won't go over in excruciating detail, but basically to say that zines have been very important in history, especially in people in like marginalized groups that don't necessarily always get represented in publishing. So young people, outside political groups, people of color, people of different sexual identities, and all different kinds of groups have used zines to talk about important ideas that aren't necessarily represented, which is really great that they're still around today and people have used them in a lot of different ways to express their ideas. So when you create your own zine, that is really important to keep in mind, is that it is a way to express your ideas and to do it in a fun and safe way. And lastly, zines are a super creative outlet to express your ideas, which leads me into the question, what do you need to create your own zine? Well, basically, you really only need a few things. You need paper and then some kind of artwork to work with. So you can either create the drawings yourself, you can use cutouts of old comics or books or artwork or other magazines or really anything else. So this is where your creativity, you can really express yourself and use whatever medium you think is best. And then outside of that, you really just need an idea and a structure for how to make your own zine, and that's really it. Included, if you get our Comics Fest swag bags in the next couple of weeks, you can find templates to create your own and see how to fold it and how to staple it, which makes things a lot easier. All right, so hopefully you feel creative and you feel empowered to talk about what makes you passionate and to do that in a form of creating your own zine. And really, instead of just me talking, I think it makes a lot more sense for me to actually just show you what a zine is and show you some different ideas and some tips. So if you want to follow me, I'm just going to head to the library really quick and I will show you what I'm talking about. All right, now we're here, and I'm going to show some different examples of zines, and hopefully you guys can look some up online if you want to get some more examples, and then you can go off and make your own, because zines are really about you using your creativity and making what you want. Um, so they don't all have to be super fancy, and that's kind of the point. They don't even have to have a title or your name. This is a zine about how to make them, and you can kind of see the template of how to fold it, which again, if you get our Comics Fest swag bag, you will get a template and get some more information on that. So you can make one about zines themselves. You can make them about dots or different types of artwork. You can make them about comics, and you can see here there's a lot of different cutouts that you can use, as well as different words or sentences that you type out, or you can write your own. But there's pretty much endless different things that you can use as kind of sort of collage materials combined with kind of a blog type writing. It can be generally about things that you like or any kind of personal topics. And again, you don't have to cut out the words. You can just write straight in it. You can write it about places to go or even about the library itself. And you can write about pretty much whatever you want. And it doesn't even have to specifically always be about one thing or another. You can really kind of go your own separate way. So hopefully this is helpful. There's a ton of different zines on the internet in a lot of different places that you can find it. So hopefully you guys can use this to make your own.